Right now, on Spotlight on Florida, a new stop is scheduled for Brightline. Have you heard where it is? TripAdvisor has named a Florida city as a top destination. Hint, it's in South Florida. And we will tell you why people are talking about Tampa. I'm Joel Silver in the Spotlight on Florida news studio with an update on what's happening in the tourism industry. Let's jump into some headlines. First up is Brightline. It's exciting news for travelers in Florida. Brightline has officially announced the selection of downtown Stuart as the site for its next station. That's going to be expected to open in the second half of 2026. Yes, for those of you that are in between Central and South Florida and longing for a station, there will now be one for you. With this expansion, nearly half of Florida's residents and millions of visitors will have easier access to Brightline's services. Stuart's mayor, Becky Brunner, expressed excitement about this historic return to passenger rail service, fulfilling a mission held by the city for over 30 years. The new station will not only provide a first-class travel experience, but also foster connectivity and economic prosperity for the community. With Brightline recently surpassing 5 million riders and expanding its network, the new station marks another significant milestone in Florida's transportation landscape. We can't wait to see how this will transform travel in the Treasure Coast. Moving now to awards and recognitions. A Florida city has just been named the top of a new list as a trending destination by TripAdvisor. West Palm Beach, it tops the Traveler's Choice Awards. It was named the best of the best destinations for 2025. So, big shout out to West Palm Beach. The top trending destinations recognizes locations that have shown the greatest year-over-year increase in the quality and quantity of ratings and reviews for accommodations. Restaurants, activities, all that stuff factors in. Let me clarify a point here. This is West Palm Beach. It's different from Palm Beach that you all have heard of. West Palm Beach has transformed in recent years with a bustling downtown, historic neighborhoods, and an international airport. It offers the charm of a small town with the appeal of a larger city. And of course, just across the Intercoastal Waterway lies ritzy Palm Beach, just a short drive away, and that adds to the area's allure. And now, our final headline. It's another recognition. Bringing in big honors for Tampa Bay's tourism industry is Janette Carter Baker, the Vice President of Marketing at Visit Tampa Bay. She has been named one of the Hospitality Sales and Marketing Association International's top 25 extraordinary minds for 2024, recognizing her outstanding leadership in hospitality marketing. The organization selects top professionals each year for their creativity, innovation, and impact on the industry. Carter Baker's marketing strategies have fueled 4 consecutive years of tourism growth, helping Tampa Bay's hotel revenue soar past $1.16 billion in 2024, a staggering $400 million increase since 2021. Whoa. But the accolades didn't stop there. Visit Tampa Bay also took home 4 prestigious Adrian Awards for excellence in travel marketing. Visit Tampa Bay continues to set new benchmarks in the destination marketing world, bringing more visitors and economic impact to the region. Good job, Tampa. And now, let's talk about an upcoming event. We like to keep you up to date with what's happening around the state, and this is a big one for the tourism industry. You'll want to mark your calendars for this upcoming event that people call the Super Bowl of tourism marketing. As we all know, Florida is a beautiful place that can sell itself, but Florida faces fierce competition from other states and countries as well. But not to fear. The 2025 Destinations Florida Marketing Summit is happening from May 14th through the 16th. It's the year's largest gathering of Florida Destination Marketing Organization executives and industry suppliers, and you won't want to miss it. Make sure you check it out and attend that meeting. Register today at destinationsflorida.org and join them in shaping the future of Florida tourism. Okay, folks, that's your news headlines. For today's Florida event, we are focusing on equine tourism, something a little new for us here. Horses are a big draw for many to come to Florida, and Ocala, you may not know this, is known as the horse capital of the world. We chose this week to shine the spotlight on the Live Oak International, where riders from around the country came to Florida for a few special days.
Live Oak International is the largest international level combined driving and show jumping tournament in the country. Each year, Live Oak International welcomes the leading drivers, riders, trainers, coaches, and owners from Europe and North America.
This is like horse country on steroids or something. It's crazy.
Here, I think it's one of the best places in the world. That's why Brian Chagrin is here and someone else wants to come here.
I'm from Quebec City, Canada. Coming here since I think this is my 5th time. It's a really great place. Live Oak International is the best show in North America.
Well, this is one of the premier equestrian events worldwide. It's beautiful weather here in Ocala. The Budweiser Clydesdales have been here every other year for about 10 years now, so we wanted to repeat that tradition and showcase these beautiful animals to the wonderful people of Ocala.
And now, it's time to talk tourism with our special guest this week, Lisa Lombardo. Check out what you're looking at on your screen. Hotel Management has released their list of the 2025 most influential women in hospitality. And today, for our interview, our guest is on that list, and she deserves to be because she is absolutely incredible. Lisa Lombardo, welcome to Spotlight on Florida. We are so thrilled to have you here.
Thank you, Joel. I'm very excited about what you are doing to highlight this industry here in our great state of Florida.
Lisa, before we get into that recognition, let's back up. Let's go a little more broad. I want to talk to you about ARC Holdings because this is something kind of new in Florida and something new that you're doing, and people are noticing it, and it's pretty impressive. We like it. Let's talk about ARC Holdings. Tell us about it.
So ARC Holdings Group is headquartered in Ocala, Florida. We were founded in May of 2023, so a relatively new brand, new company, but certainly not new to the industry. And ARC Holdings is the parent company to ARC Hospitality, which is a third-party management company that we launched and is headquartered in Dallas, Texas. And then ARC Development, which we founded as a part of our ARC Holdings group. And ARC Development is headquartered in Raleigh, North Carolina. ARC Holdings set out with a mission to raise the bar on what relationships, reputation, and returns mean in the hospitality industry. We are bound and determined to prove that you can grow and scale a hospitality company without compromising on culture. And so while we are relatively new as a brand, the people on board this ARC that we're building have decades of experience in the industry, and we have some pretty powerful players that have come from Fortune 500 companies to join us in strategic ways to help us achieve that mission.
Wow, it's incredible. And we need something like this in Florida. I mean, with what we do with tourism, this is a perfect fit.
Yes. We are proud to be headquartered in Florida and proud to be taking what started here in North Central Florida in Ocala and launching that nationwide. So what started as a portfolio of 18 hotels, 17 in Florida and 1 in Dothan, Alabama, is now nearly 80 hotels. Under some form of either owner-operator arrangement or a third-party management, and we're across 21 states, and we're in more than 53 cities, and that all started right here in Florida.
That is incredible. So now we got to get to this recognition because I'm so excited about this. I've known you for years and I'm a huge fan. But now the recognition from the magazine, from Hotel Management, the 25 most influential women in hospitality, and you're right on that list, leading this whole new company. So talk to me about how you feel about that and about women in hospitality.
Yeah, so I'm very proud of what the hospitality industry has done very intentionally to continue to diversify what leadership and folks of influence look like within our industry. And the brands have done a fantastic job. Our trade associations, like our own Florida Restaurant and Lodging Association, the American Hotel and Lodging Association, have done a really good job of creating places is where women can explore hotel ownership, how that works, and how to grow as leaders within our industry. And when I got the communication that this is going to happen this year, and had the opportunity to respond to some really great interview questions about how I felt about the honor, it's tough to wrap my head and my arms around that I would be set apart from all of the amazing people and women in our industry. So I'm certainly very proud, and it's a testament, I think, to what we're building at ARC. And we're all about positively impacting, and that's what we want to do. And we just so happen to do that in hospitality. And I think that message resonates. And so I feel like I'm just representative of what so many of us within ARC are trying to accomplish, and to do so within our industry. So I take it as a sign that what it is we're building at ARC is working, and it's connecting with people, and hopefully that's being seen along the way. I don't necessarily want it to be more of me, but the more we can do to tell the ARC story and what it is we've set out to do, then that's a little more palatable for me to deal with. And I like having ARC in the spotlight. That's for sure.
Oh man, me too. I mean, obviously, I've seen you for years. We've been at meetings when we're at the Florida Restaurant and Lodging Association meetings. We've seen you there for years, so I know how incredible you are. You're sort of understating it, I think, a little bit, but amazing what you're doing now, and with everything that you're doing with ARC. So we're seeing you set some trends and follow some trends and stuff. Talk about what you think are some of the trends in the hotel world.
So for right now, what I'm seeing, what we're seeing within the hotel industry is an emphasis on personalization. And a lot of that, actually, the irony is that emphasis on personalization and being able to kind of amp that up is thanks to things like AI, and that AI is helping us with the guest experience to identify and track trends, so that when a guest comes in, we're able to provide a more customized, tailored to that guest experience. And quite frankly, it's what guests now expect. So while I think sometimes technology can be seen as removing the opportunity to have that personal hospitality exchange, with the digital key right on your cell phone, and the ability to check in and even pick your room, and you can bypass the front desk. How are we going to make that connection to where the next time you're in the market, you are again looking to return as a happy guest of one of our hotels? And the things within AI and that part of technology is if you lean into it, allows you to create that personalized experience where maybe the temperature is set where you want it to be. I mean, you see it even in apps like Uber and rideshare. What music do you want? How do you want the temperature in the car? Do you want the driver to talk or not? And the hotel industry, you'll see a lot of those, especially within the brands, are adopting some of the same options so that you can really customize and create that experience that isn't for everyone, but it's for one. It's for you.
I agree. I've seen it, and there are people, especially our younger travelers, they like all that stuff. Some of our older travelers might like the more traditional, but I see it happening, and there definitely is a market.
Yeah.
All right. Any other trends that you want to talk about?
I mean, really and truly, it comes down to the technology and the personalization. But right now, too, I think one of the things within our industry, when we go to our industry events and conferences, I just came back from the Hunter Conference in Atlanta. And the conversation kept coming up about, the geopolitical environment, and you see all the headlines, and we don't have to go into what the headlines are, but all the headlines, and how is that going to impact the industry, and will it affect tourism or people's desire to travel? And And what I can tell you from our experience and our collective experience at ARC is that the tourism industry is very special in that regard. And that I think it is, well, and it's not even I think, there's so much research when you really lean into just human nature and that desire to travel. People will always find a way to have experiences, and whether it's more of a local trip where you don't go far but you explore a nearby area and you find a hotel that has great coffee shops or whatever it might be, there's that part of our human nature that will never give up on travel, which is great for Florida. And the other thing is on the development front. And we get asked a lot, like, are you developing? Are you hitting pause? Are you sitting still on this? And we really believe in this industry at ARC. And we are not sitting by just wringing our hands, waiting for, other powers that be to decide what they want to do, whether it's tariffs, not tariffs, supply chain, whatever it might be. Our take on this is that we believe in this industry. It is resilient. We believe in, the power that is the United States. We believe in the great state of Florida. And so we're all in. We're not slowing down. There's never been a thing called the perfect deal. There's always some reason to not try to move forward or get a deal done. And that's just not who we are. And there's always risk when you go to build and to develop or to reinvest in a hotel that you've purchased, which obviously creates jobs and improves the local community and the community in which you have a presence. And so, when it comes to these headlines, we believe that we should be looking past the headlines. Let's focus on what we know to be true, control the controllables. And we know our industry, and our industry is so important to the state of Florida. So we're not hitting pause. We're not slowing down. We are in it. We are investing. We are developing in both markets and in our people. And that I hope never changes. And I hope that's what continues to remain exceptional about ARC Holdings and what we're doing in management, and then in what we're doing in development as owners.
You know what, Lisa Lombardi just answered why you're on that list of 25 most influential women in hospitality. There's the answer from the previous question, too. I love it. That's awesome. All right, a couple more questions. I know we got to wrap up here, but those of us in this tourism industry, we know all parts of Florida. Normally, we focus on a lot of the different areas of Florida, but around this time of year, everyone's also focused on our state capital in Tallahassee, where laws are passed every year. Things are moving, things are shaking, and we got to keep an eye on Tallahassee. The governor announced some new numbers. That's exciting. A sixth year of record tourism. It was one of the most popular places to travel to. Florida, we were always there at the top of the list, apparently. What do you have to say about advocacy and being a part of it and making sure? I've seen you in Tallahassee before about that our tourism industry is always is looking forward and involved.
Yeah, we're super fortunate. We have both, at the state level with FRLA, and also tremendous support from the AHLA and AHOA and others as advocacy engines really for us. I believe very strongly in the importance of advocacy when it comes to our industry. I think it's important to make sure that our partners in the legislature understand the impact of some of the policies that they are considering. Not every legislator has ever worked in the hospitality industry, and it's incumbent on us to go in and tell our stories and tell the stories of our people and the people who will be impacted by the decisions they make. It is, of course, about the tourists who visit our state, but the tourism industry is a significant employer within the state of Florida. So this is about people's livelihoods. And quite frankly, as much as I love the industry, the people that we employ, I am the steward of their livelihoods. And I take that very, very very seriously. So it's exciting to hear that tourism once again, that travel to the great state of Florida continues to be on the up and up, and is increasing, because that means we're able to grow what it is we're able to contribute to our incredible team members. Whenever good is happening in the industry, then good is happening for the people that we provide a living to, and that means a lot. That means a lot to us, and advocacy plays a significant role in that. You know, the saying goes, if you're not at the table, then you're on the menu, and it's our jobs on behalf of the people that we employ to make sure that we're here to tell that story. And you know, then we continue to invest in the industry, and continue to have good partners in the Florida government, in the House and in the Senate, and having those supporters of what it is that we do. It's a very human industry, right? We got to take care of people.
I love it. There's so much going on. And we're always focused here also on that workforce. You know about ProStart. We just did a special on them. We had a ProStart competition with some high school kids who are going into hospitality, and they're doing amazing things. So we got a bright future in terms of that workforce, and I love how you're trying to always help them as well. Let's wrap this up now. Let's get something fun going on here. I mean, there's so many things in your industry with wellness and AI and all these things. Can you name one or two things at a couple of your properties that you think are stand out? What are we looking at around the state?
You know, if you are brand loyal, some of the brands have some incredible things that they're doing as it pertains to wellness. You know, Hilton has a program where a lot of the hotels, a brand standard is to have a Peloton. So when you look at it in that fitness and wellness perspective, that a lot of you go into a fitness center and they might have those treadmills where you can sync up whatever the fitness app is that you're doing, so that you can, whatever it is you're doing at home, you can bring that on the road with you. And something that people may not be as aware of is how much that we measure our footprint on the environment, our impact on the environment. I mean, we have platforms that we use to track that, so that we can make sure that we are preserving energy as best as we possibly can. So, you know, that's something that, you know, if it's important to a traveler, there's definitely a way for you to log in and see like what the environmental impact or what they're doing to conserve or preserve our planet Earth there as well. But hopefully, if ever you were to come to any one of our hospitality hotels in the great state of Florida, or across the country for that matter, for us, it's just a matter of how walking in, how that makes you feel. And, you know, do you feel like that person behind the front desk, or the person you passed in the hallway, do you feel seen? Do you feel taken care of? It's the little things. It's just the fundamentals of taking care of the person in front of you. And that's what I would hope that you would get from an ARC experience.
Amazing. We thank you so much for joining us here. You're one of our first interviews on Spotlight on Florida, and we couldn't have asked for anybody better. This is incredible. You know, I don't know what I need to do now so I can still hang out with one of the people on the top 25 list of influential women hospitality, but hopefully you'll still, you know, hang out with me and talk to me.
Yeah, just, you know, give me a call, shoot me a text. Yeah, no, it's not, yeah. But Joel, seriously, thank you and your team for what it is that you're doing. This matters. It will make a difference. It will positively impact, and we appreciate you telling our stories. And thank you so much for, you know, being interested in hearing ours. That means a lot. That means a lot to us.
All right, Lisa Lombardo, thank you so much for joining us. We hope to have you on soon again.
I would love it.
And we'll be back with more news. All right, a big thank you to Lisa Lombardo. We want to thank you for joining us on Spotlight on Florida. We love supporting the Florida tourism industry, and we hope you'll subscribe and share with someone you know who loves Florida tourism. You can go to our website at spotlightonflorida.com to subscribe, and we'll send you our video newsletter every week, filled with fascinating stories from Florida's most important industry. Wouldn't you agree? We are the most important industry. And from all of us here at Spotlight on Florida, we thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.